Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far. And today's video is a classic Will I Buy It video where I'm going to be talking through all the latest or upcoming makeup and beauty releases and deciding if I want them or not, and chatting with you guys about why/why not. I am either excited or not so much. So as always, I get all of my makeup news and tea on the upcoming releases from these amazing Instagram accounts. So if you want to be up to date, up to speed with all of what is coming, what is around the corner and when, then these are the guys to follow on Instagram. So first up, of course, we have to immediately talk about this Pat McGrath collection. Oh my days, it's finally here. The day is arriving when Pat McGrath is bringing out blushes. We have been begging, pleading, crying for blush from this brand for literally years now. It's been on my predictions for the year releases, what I think we're going to see for like the last 2 years now. And finally, they are here. She's not just giving us one or two. That was my fear when I started to see the sneak peeks and I thought, is it blush? Is it blush? But she did this to us before when she made it look like it was blush and then it was lipsticks, which was soul destroying, and I lost a part of myself that day that I can never get back, okay? So I lost some trust for these sneak peeks during that whole episode. And so I wouldn't dare let myself believe that this was going to be blush. And then when it was like, it's definitely blush this time, unless she's literally taking the mickey and April Foolsing us when it's May, then I feel like this time it really is blush, you know? And then I was like, it's just going to be like one shade, and you know it's going to be pink because you know Pat loves her pinks, she loves her roses, she loves those pinky purple shades. It's just going to be like one fuchsia blush. That was my fear. But no, this woman blessed us with 9 blushes, all different shades, very, very inclusive, a shade for every preference, for every skin tone, blushes coming out of our ears. And they look stunning. And it looks as though the packaging is not insane over the top like her highlighter, her initial Skin Fetish highlighter. So I don't expect these to be, I mean, they will be expensive. They're Pat McGrath blushes, let's be honest, but they aren't going to be insane because the packaging is like that reasonable plastic black packaging, albeit a nice, you know, sturdy plastic. It isn't going to be her insane add an extra £20 onto the price bracket packaging, is what I'm saying to you. She's not just giving us blushes. Oh no, she's giving us a new highlight. She's giving us a gorgeous looking new quad that looks stunning and just perfect for like spring, summer, a very wearable, everyday kind of neutrals quad. Love it, living for it. And some new lipsticks and glosses and lip fetish, whatever those balmy things are called. So she's giving us a whole collection around these blushes, but without a doubt, the blush is like the most exciting bit for me because we've just been asking for so long. So prices haven't been released on this collection yet, but generally you can kind of guess. I think the highlight will be around the same price as her last highlight, not the mega bucks expensive packaging one, but I expect the highlight will be around £45-ish and expect the blushes to be around 40. Generally brands price their blushes like a few pounds less than their highlights, so that's my guess. Plan for like a £45 on the highlight and a 40 per blush. So for me, I'm going to be picking up 4 of these blush shades, assuming I can get my hands on them, and the shades I'm going to be picking up, or I plan to pick up, are Nude Venus, which is the peachy pink with golden pearl, love the sound of that. Desert Orchid, probably the one I'm most excited about. Bronze Rose with golden pearl, chef's kiss. Electric Bloom, it's a coral, you know I'm going to get the coral shade. And Paradise Venus was a terracotta demi-matte, and Electric Bloom is also demi-matte. But there are, I mean, shades to choose from coming out of our ears, something for everybody. I also plan to pick up the highlight and the quad. I'm not really interested in the lip products unless I see the lipstick swatch, the Bullet lipstick, and it looks stunning. But that's kind of what I'm planning on picking up from that collection. Just a big fat excited yes from me. So next up, this Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturiser oil-free version. Now, I love the original Tinted Moisturiser from Laura Mercier. It's one of my absolute favourites. I know that people in the US have got this in PR, and I am on the Laura Mercier PR list, so I don't know if this might be coming to me anytime, but I don't think it's available yet here in the UK, so you don't know. It may be on its way, I don't know. You just never know. Things turn up or they don't. But I am very interested in this because I love the original one. And so it being oil free, I'm here for that. I don't have an oily skin type, but at the same time during summer, you know, oil production can step up a notch. You just don't know what's going to happen, what's going to go down. So I'm definitely here to try this version, and I think it will be, I mean, I love the original, so I'm hoping that this will be like an oily skin friendly for all of our oily skin peeps out there who love a tinted moisturiser, because generally they are quite glowy, so maybe this will be the one for you. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to try this. If it doesn't arrive through my door, then I would definitely be picking this one up myself anyway. This Fenty under eye brightener, at the moment this is a no for me. I'm like, I want a concealer or nothing. I'm either a skincare naked face girl or I'm like an all-in, and this is like, it just looks okay to me. If I was going like makeup free or just, you know, to the beach or something, then that's kind of how I feel like this. Or it's a very light brightener rather than a concealer. Like I've seen them suggesting you put their concealer over the top, and that's just not, I just don't like to layer anything under there. The minimal amount of product under there is what I'm going for, and so I want a concealer that I can use a small amount but gives me the full coverage of anything I want to hide up in that area. You know, this doesn't sound like it's for me. It's just that, you know, it sounds like it's a luminous, brightening, hydrating, slight coverage product, which generally isn't my cup of tea, but I can totally see why it would appeal to lots of people who have less to cover under there than me, who are younger, who are going from more of a, you know, minimal makeup look. But I just don't think it's going to be for me. I could be persuaded by reviews. I will definitely be waiting for reviews on that, because I don't hate it, but I just don't think it's for me necessarily. Next up, Valentino. We don't know what it is yet, but they are reaching into the makeup realm, Valentino. Now, we've seen some very successful designer crossovers from fashion into makeup. Gucci springs to mind. D&G, less successful, but Gucci have certainly smashed their way into my heart in their makeup brand. So yeah, there's been mixed reviews when it comes to, you know, fashion, designer fashion houses going into makeup. It's a mixed bag. But I've been seeing sneak peeks. Apparently it's launching in Selfridges, I think this week. So we'll get to see it soon. I'm sure ABH Cheek Profile Official will have all of the details any day for us on what exactly they're launching. It looks like lip products and eye products at least. Looks like maybe they've got liner, lipsticks, and maybe some shadow type products. Who can say? I'm kind of interested in it, but at the same time, when it comes to these like designer crossovers into makeup, I want to like see reviews, and I want to see that they're not just, you know, trying to have a money grab, that they actually are releasing something that is great and that is going to be worth the price point, because I'm sure that price point will be high. So for me, this is probably again a wait for review with one eye on it, but they're going to need to impress me. I don't want just like sticking out any rubbish with a Valentino sticker on it and expecting us to go wild, you know. Another very exciting collection that we don't have the full tea on yet, but again, ABH Cheek Profile Official gave us the piping hot tea on the new Lisa Eldridge collection that is coming up. Apparently it's launching on the 15th, so only a couple of weeks to wait. So it looks like Lisa's going to be releasing a highlight in 4 different shades, 4 different tones, which is also like a skincare hybrid, glowing, blurring, tightening, moisturizing properties in there with some lovely skincare ingredients. Tightening and smoothing all sounds phenomenal. Also a serum blush in 6 shades, which again, you know, anything liquid cream, I'm like, ooh, but also anything Lisa Eldridge, I'm like, yeah. So, you know, I'm definitely going to try it. I'm going to try it, and I'm going to try and have an open mind, because the woman can do no wrong in my eyes. I've never not loved anything she's put out, so I'm very excited to see new products, cheek products from her. Obviously previously she's done all lip products, so to see highlight from her, to see blush from her, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I'm sure it'll be stunning. She's also going to be restocking her glosses my favorite lip glosses ever, non-sticky, gorgeous, ton of opacity and pigment, and just gorgeous on the lips. So she's going to be restocking those, and she's also adding new shades, and she's also going to be bringing back her luxuriously lucent lip colour. So that's her more luminous finish, not her matte formula, her like shiny, glowy, luminous, go lightly being the bomb one. She's bringing those back. Again, we don't have shades confirmed for all of this yet. This was definitely a very early tea spilling news, hot off the press kind of situation. But you know, Lisa does always launch in spring generally, so it's a little bit behind for her, probably because of COVID. But yeah, very, very excited about all of this. I've seen 2 of the lip colours. I would quite happily snap both of those up. Very intrigued by the blush, although it's not typically my favourite type of formula of blush, but I certainly trust this lady to, you know, see me right and be the one who's going to change my mind on that. And I'm very excited to try the highlight as well. That just sounds stunning. And I know, again, Lisa's someone who loves skin-like, glowy, luminosity, youthful skin. So I think she will probably most likely smash this like she has every other launch. Everything will sell out instantly within the first few hours, I'm sure. So I'm going to be fastest finger first on that day. I'm going to be ready. And I'll definitely be picking something out of every category, at least. Next up, Louboutin are coming out with 3 face palettes and 3 eye palettes. Now I'm kind of about these. That's how I feel. That's right. I've only tried one product from Louboutin, and that is a lip gloss, which I love. It's gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. It's extortionately expensive. So yeah, I have that in the back of my head as like, blimey, what are these prices going to be like? So these are launching on the 9th of June, according to Trend Mood. 3 eyeshadow palettes with 6 shades in each, and 3 cheek palettes, I guess you would say, with what looks like 2 blushes and a highlight in each. The packaging, be still, my beating heart. The packaging, it's got me. I'm all over it. Looks like you could use it as a defensive weapon as well as, you know, for touch-ups throughout the day. It looks stunning. The cheek products, you know, they're not blowing me away. I don't think they're necessarily anything revolutionary. So I'm kind of on the fence. The Peachy Trio looks decent. I like that they seem to have, you know, a bit of a range for skin tones, but at the same time, they've used 3 light-skinned arms. So we can't really see, can we? It looks like there's a deep-ish palette, a fair palette, and a medium palette, but would have been good to see them on deeper skin tones so we can actually tell that. But it's certainly nothing I don't already have. The eyeshadows are very unexciting. There's probably a pass on all of it unless some reviews come up and they are like, you know, rocking everybody's world and I must have them. Yeah, it's just packaging with some mediocre stuff inside. The KVD Liquid Gel Blush. I feel like this is just a straight no from me. As I said with Elisa Eldridge, I'm liquid cream. I'm immediately like, it's just not my favourite. I prefer powder cheek products, as you guys know. And yeah, KVD, it's not my favourite brand. There's a couple of products that I found have been okay from them in the past. So as much as I sort of trust Lisa to steer me correctly into the liquid cream blush arena, I definitely don't have that same trust for the KVD ones. So I feel, yeah, I don't love the look of these. I don't trust the brand to make excellent products every time. It's not one that really excites me every time I see their products. So I'm probably just going to pass on that one. I'm, you know me and liquid blushes. You have to be a Lisa Eldridge to get me to try a liquid blush, okay? You can't be a KVD. Next up, these ABH Cheek Trios. When I first saw these, I was kind of like, oh, okay. You know, ABH, they're in a bit of a tricky spot right now. I feel like they've come along. The brow freeze, loved it, snapped it up, bit of innovation, you know, something new, something different, something I love. And then they came out with the makeup remover wipes. I was like, oh no, you've gone wrong again. So, you know, I feel like ABH are floundering a little. I feel like they've lost their way and they really need some big hits to kind of bring them back the top of people's radars and bring back the excitement for the brand that they kind of lost last year. I just don't think this is going to do it for them, to be honest. This, you know, I have bronzers from ABH, they're decent. I have blushes from ABH, they're decent. I have highlights from ABH that I like, but I've got all of that already. So, you know, a trio of it that is extremely expensive. Again, I feel like this brand, they keep pricing their products unrealistically. You know, I feel like they should be priced around the same point as like Hoola, MAC, Fenty, that level. But instead they're pricing themselves at like Dior, Charlotte Tilbury, and it's just, you know, their formulas are not there for me. They're decent, but they aren't like the top of the top. You know, they're pricing themselves in a sort of Pat McGrath bracket almost, and I'm just like, guys, I just feel like the products are priced incorrectly. This is £54 for one of these. They're £1 less than the Charlotte Tilbury palettes that include eyeshadow and face powder. So you get, like, you know, if you're going to get a palette that includes cheek products, I would 100% pay £1 more and get the Charlotte Tilbury that includes nicer, in my opinion, cheek product formulas, and you get a finishing powder or setting powder, and you get eyeshadows for £1 more than a trio of ABH products that I don't feel like the formula is as good as Charlotte Tilbury. And yeah, for me, it's priced ridiculously high for a brand that, yeah, I just don't see them in that price bracket. I feel like if Fenty or Huda Beauty or MAC brought out a palette like this, it would be £10 less than ABH are pricing it, and it's just not worth the money, and I don't feel like the brand is at the price point it keeps trying to get people to pay for its products, particularly here in the UK. They keep pricing their UK pounds the same as US dollars, and those are not equal currencies. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's £10 more than it should be, and I already have ABH bronzers, blushes and highlights, and they're all okay, they're all fine, they don't blow me away, and therefore I don't know why I need to buy a palette with them just in one place. I'm usually a fan of things being in one place, but not if I already own them separately. You know, I feel like these would just be okay. You know, they don't excite me, they don't push me, and the first thing I just see is the price. I think they're overpriced for the brand's price point, and I think they need to reevaluate how they're pricing stuff, because it's really putting people off the brand. Because like I said, I just don't think that the brand sits where they're pricing themselves. That's my personal opinion. Next up, this Benefit Hoola Glow. Now this, as soon as I saw this, I was intrigued, because I'm not a Hoola fan. I know, like, so many people just go nuts for Hoola, and it's like their ultimate holy grail bronzer. I never really loved Hoola. I was never a Hoola girl in any sense of the term. But yeah, I hate Benefit Cheek packaging. I hate it. If I just wish, I know I'm not alone in that, these, you know, boxes where you can't really get your brush in there and it's all a bit fiddly and it's a bit annoying. You know, I hate the packaging. So that's my first thing, that instantly the first thing I see is just that really annoying packaging that I wish they would just put in the bin, and I wish they'd listen to people's feedback and stop doing it. Second of all, these swatches, it looks very, very light. Now Hoola is a little light for me. Like, I would tend to use the Hoola Caramel when they brought out the extra shades of Hoola bronzer. That was fantastic, because the original Hoola is much too light for lots of skin tones. This is much lighter than the original Hoola. So, you know, I know Benefit aren't the best when it comes to inclusivity and shade ranges. I'm expecting to see more, because it's strange to bring out one shade of bronzer. So this is a luminous version of Hoola. I would have expected to be at least around the same shade as the original Hoola, and maybe more shades are coming. Maybe this is the first one to test the waters, see how it does, in which case you'd kind of expect them to put it, you know, somewhere in the middle of everybody, so that, you know, you could use a light hand if you were fairer, use a heavier hand if you were deeper, but, you know, more people would be able to use it. This looks very, very light, to the point where really I only see like fair to light skin being able to use this as a bronzer. So that's interesting. It looks nice. I like Benefit Cheek products. I think they're decent. I won't be buying this because it's just not going to bronze me, and I hate the packaging. But I'm very interested to see whether they bring out more shades and just how it looks on people with lighter, fairer skin than me, because I'm always interested in a luminous bronzer. But yeah, this isn't going to work for me. And last, but by no means least, the Dior Summer Dune highlights. So these, I mean, these look stunning. And I actually had the coral shade in my cart. But I know, because again, Tavia over at Chic Profile, if you're not following her, I don't even know how you know anything that's happening, because I get all of my tea from her. She's just amazing. So Tavia posted these sneak peeks of a new highlight coming from Dior. These are Dior Couture Luminizers, and these are in the stunning packaging that I love, that I'm obsessed with, and these to me look much more exciting than these Summer June highlights. So these ones are going to be a pass for me, because although they literally were in my cart and I was going to buy at least one of them, but then I was like, oh wait, but if there's new ones coming, and these are apparently in numerous shades, and I'm much more excited about these Couture Luminizers than I am the Summer June, that kind of just look the same old thing that they release every year around summer. They release these same one coral, one pink highlights every year. Whereas these new ones in all different shades, there's a bronzy shade, there's just more shades going on, and it looks different and it looks like something extra. And given that it's new and they're bringing it out after these, I feel like it's going to be a new and improved for their permanent line. So I'm more excited about these. So I'm skipping the Summer June and I'm waiting for these Dior Couture Luminizers. These look exciting to me. So there you have it. Those are the new or upcoming releases that I am excited or not so much for. Please let me know what you think of these releases, what you're excited about, what you plan to pick up and what you're skipping. As always, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'd love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.